My favorite Christmas memory brings us back to 1984, and it's a very faint memory. I was 6 years old, and this memory is sort of enhanced by a videotape. My dad borrowed the neighbor's video camcorder, one of those old ones. We had the old tape you had to put in, you had to put it on your shoulder. But he had it set up on a tripod. And the reason that memory is so important to me is because it's the last one my entire family spent together, meaning my mom, my dad, my brother, and me, all in the same roof, because after that year, my parents got divorced. And I remember it from that regard, looking back on it. At the time, obviously, didn't know it was going to be the last Christmas. But I just remember being spoiled rotten that year, too. That was the year I got my first Transformer. It was Starscream, who, as I read to the videotape, I looked at the camera and I said, "Evil Decepticon." And my dad said, "That's pretty good reading right there." And it's just that moment, too, of knowing that there was a sort of life where my parents were together, because most of my life has been spent with them, you know, living separately. Me living with my mom, my brother there too, and my dad living somewhere else. So that's why that memory is so cool for me, because it reminds me that, you know, at one point in life, my parents were in love, and they weren't divorced, and they didn't have their differences. Now, granted, they're both two different people, and, you know, it's all worked out fine, and they're both loving and caring parents. But that's why that memory is so cool to me, as I can look back on that and say, ah, that's Christmas. It wasn't about the presents. It wasn't about Starscream. It was the fact that we were all together.